everybody! Today I'm going to be doing a huge book haul. And when I mean huge, I mean 40 plus books. And since this book haul is so large, I'm going to be having to split it up into sections all in the same video. The first half of this book haul are going to be books I purchased myself, and the second half will be the books that were sent to me by publishers. And for those books, I'm not going to be going into too much detail with, since that will be a very long video if I do. Yeah, it will be a very long video, like an hour long. So let's jump right in and get started. So the first three books I have for you guys today is the Madman's Daughter series by Megan Shepherd. I am loving the series. I'm actually marathoning the whole entire trilogy. I finished the first two books in about a week and a half, and now I'm on to the third book, which takes place in Scotland. And I'm really excited to be reading it. I'm 10 pages in and I'm already loving it. This actually, the whole entire series is based off of a classic called Dr. Moreau's something. I'm forgetting the name of the exact classic that it's based off of, but it's so good. It's about this girl and her father's a madman, and she thinks that he's dead until she finds out that he's actually living on this island experimenting on animals and turning them into like creatures that can speak and walk and kind of sort of look like humans. It's really, really good, and it's really kind of mind-twisting and warped, and just, it's very good, guys. I'm loving this series. The next book is Ruby Red by Kristen Greer, and this book was actually translated into English from German, which I found very interesting. It's about time travel. This girl and this guy time travel back into the London era of, like, I don't know what era it is, maybe the 1800s, 1700s, I don't know, but seems really interesting. It's about them kind of navigating through that era and that world, and I'm very interested in the series because I've only heard great things about it in the booktube world, so I'm really excited to be reading it, and I hope to get to it soon because this cover is beautiful, and I hope the story is just as beautiful as this cover. Yay! The next book is Brazen by Catherine Longshore. This book takes place in Tudor times. That is, I forget what century that is, so please excuse my lack of knowledge about when the Tudors actually lived. But I watched the show The Tudors with Jonathan Rhys Meyers, and it was really good. I recommend you check it out on Netflix. But this book is about this girl, and she gets married to the illegitimate child of Henry the something number. What Henry the, I can't read Roman numerals. VIIIS. Guys, I don't know my Roman numerals whatsoever. And it's about their relationship, and it's about a historical romance fiction, young adult. It sounds really interesting, and I'm really excited to be reading it because I'm in such a historical fiction kick right now that I just can't get enough of it. So yes, and I've heard great things about this one too, so I cannot wait to jump right in. So the next book is the Outlander graphic novel, and it's called The Exile by Diana Gabaldon, and the illustrator's name is really hard to pronounce, but it's like Hoang Nang. But I'm kind of disappointed that this graphic novel is only like the first half of the book and not like the rest of the book, but it's still like gorgeous. Like, it's very gorgeous. I love the just the illustrations and the storyline, and it's from Jamie's point of view, which I find very unique. I just wish you had the rest of the novel because I really want to kind of see it in pictures, you know? Yeah, I love it though. Anyways, I read it in like 2 hours. I was just like gazing at Jamie in picture form. It was very nice. Like I said, very nice. Next, I have a ton of mass market paperback books that consist of Scottish themed storyline. Very many. The first one is A Kingdom of Dreams by Judith McNaught. The second one is Beyond the Highland Mist by Karen Marie Monning. And then the third one is The Pride of Lions by Marcia Canham. And they're all about just Scottish men or women and just that type of time era, like 1600s, and some include time travel. So I'm really excited to be reading these books, and I honestly do not like reading mass market paperback books because they're really small, and I kind of like reading a larger book, but these sound really good, so I'm really excited to be reading them. The next two books I got from Half Price Books for a very nice price, and I'm like, why not get them? And the first one is Understand Scottish History, which I have to do before I go to Scotland because I want to know about stuff, so that should be really fun. And then the second one is Kings and Queens of Scotland, which I pretty much just got because it's $1. I'm like, why not? And it sounds so cool. So, yay, Scottish books. Woo! The next book I got recommended to me by this guy at Barnes & Noble, so that was really cool, and it's called Pendragon by J.D. McHale. It's about this guy that goes to planet and explores them. That's what the guy told me what it's about, so I'm just gonna go with that summary. It sounds really interesting though, and I love sci-fi, so I'm excited to pick this up, but right now I'm kind of in the historical fiction phase of my reading, so I'm just gonna read until I get bored of historical fiction, which probably won't happen because I never get bored of a genre, but I'll read this soon. I'm excited though because I love sci-fi. It's freaking fantastic. The next book is the second book in the Bronze Horseman series, and that is Tatiana and Alexander. I love this series so much. The Bronze Horseman brought me to tears and made me laugh and made me cry more and made me just curl up in a ball and cry some more and smile and squeal and be like, oh, so cute. I love this book. I loved The Bronze Horseman. I cannot wait to read Tatiana and Alexander, even though I know it's going to be kind of difficult to read. Not difficult in the sense of actually reading it because it has hard words, because it doesn't really, but the storyline is going to be really difficult to read because I'm like, the ending of that book really left me torn to pieces. But I loved it so much, guys, and I highly recommend The Bronze Horseman. It's one of my favorite novels out there now. It's fantastic. Whew. Next, I have Diamonds in the Rough by Michelle Maddow, and just get this book, guys. It's fantastic. It's the second book in the Secret Diamond Sisters series, and it's an awesome series. Just go pick it up. It takes place in Las Vegas. It makes me really want to visit Las Vegas, about sisters, and it's really awesome. I really enjoy this book. It's like Gossip Girl meets Pretty Little Liars in a way. It's very good. I really enjoyed it. And then lastly is the graphic novel of Silent Echo, which is so awesome. I thought this was so neat. I read it in like 30 minutes. It was so cool to see it kind of visualized because Silent Echo is such a great book, and if there could be a whole entire graphic novel just on that book, it would be epic, like so cool, and this just gave me a taste of what it could be like, so I'm really excited to see more of these, if there will be more, and I hope there's more because I love this. So, woo! And lastly, I got something quite unique that was really awesome, and that is this book that spells read. It's an actual book that's been folded to spell read, and I'm so excited to just put this on display on my bookshelf because it looks so awesome. And there was, this is falling, it's falling. There was a book that I could fold myself and kind of do an art project with it, but I was like, I'm gonna mess it up if I do it myself, so I'm just gonna buy it pre-folded and call it good. But I'm going to be folding a book that's shaped like a Christmas tree, and I'll show you guys that once I get it, and I'll do a video of me folding it because it should be interesting. Okay, so those are all the books I recently purchased myself, and next we're gonna go move to the books that publishers have sent me because there's like 30 plus books over there, and it's a lot of books. Let me just say that. It's a lot of books, and a lot of good books, which I'm super excited to share with you guys, but I will not be saying the summaries of these books just because there's so many, and if I like really go into depth about them, it would be a very long video, like I said before. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the books that some publishers have sent me. This first batch, HarperCollins kindly sent me all these arcs, and there's a lot of arcs, like a whole lot of them, and they're awesome books, so let's get started. The first book is Better Than Perfect by Melissa Cantor. The next book is Endgame, The Calling by James Frey and Nils Johnson Shelton. All That Burns by Ryan Groden. The Last Time We Say Goodbye by Cynthia Hand. Geek Girl by Holly Smale. Twisted Fate by Nora Olson. Polaris by Mindy Arnett. 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. Willow Grove by Kathleen Peacock. A Study in Scarlet by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Illustrated by Chris Grimley. My Heart and Other Black Holes. Frickin' love this title. Just on point. I was laughing at it for like 5 minutes. Probably was way too long to be laughing at something, but you know what? It's alright. I love this title. It's such a cool title, and it's by Jasmine Warga. Prey by Tom Isbell. Unleashed by Sophie Jordan. Death Marked by Leigh Sipes. A Wicked Thing by Rhiannon Thomas. Sorry, I totally bombed that name. No Parking at the End Times by Brian Bliss. Wake by Patrick Carman. The Distance Between Lost and Found by Catherine Holmes. The next two books are from Penguin, and the first one is Dove Arising by Karen Baio. And lastly, I Was Here by Gail Foreman. Now we're gonna move on to all the finished books HarperCollins has sent me. First is Say What You Will by Cami McGovern. Positive by Paige Rawl. Falling Into Place by Amy Zhang. Marielle by Garth Nix. Exquisite Captive by Heather DiMenteros. Love and Other Unknown Variables by Shannon Lee Alexander. 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray, which has a gorgeous book cover, like book cover porn right there. Whatever Life Throws at You by Julie Cross. Not a Drop to Drink and In a Handful of Dust by Mindy McGinnis. And lastly, The Jewel by Amy Ewing. So that is all the books I have for you today, which are quite a few books. I don't even know how many books I shared with you. That is just a lot, and it's covering up my bed right now. I should probably clean it up, but knowing me, it will take a while for me to clean it up because I'll get distracted and probably just go off reading and then come back to my room and be like, oh crap, I can't lay down my bed because it's covered in books. But then I'll probably be like, whatever, I'll sleep with the books and then it will never be cleaned up. Anyways, that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!